Hello, friends. We all have faced the unwanted, desired difficulties in our life, whether it is small or big, but we have faced it. And I guess our presence of minds, our outreach, they help us to come out of it, right? So today we are going to learn the same kind of difficulty which occurs in a life of a secret agent. Yes, the central character of this story is a secret agent and named Ozable. We all love secret stories, thrillers, suspense stories. So this one is such kind of a story, and this story, as I told you, the is about the difficulty. It's about the problem that occurs in a life of this secret agent Ozable. Now he has spent an evening with a writer named Fowler, and as he is a writer, he expect that he would be meeting a secret agent and he would be looking into a lot of adventures. He thinks that I will see a lot of adventure. I will heard a lot of secrets, suspense, that kind of thing he is expecting. But instead of it, he rather gets bored with this when he met this person, Oswald. And as the things that happened were exactly the opposite of what he had imagined, right? Now, but somehow, and the later part of that evening, something happened, and that incidents made this writer Fowler a spellbound. He was completely dumbed. He was completely spellbound when this kind of thing happened. He was completely shocked. Now, what happened? We'll see in this story. The title of the story is The Midnight Visitor. Look at the title. The visitor is there, and he came in the time period that is the midnight. Before we start, we'll see the introduction part of the writer. So writer is Robert J. Arthur Jr. You can see the sketch of him. So he was born on November 10, 1909, and he died on 2nd May 1969. At a very early age, right? And he was a writer of speculative fiction, known for his work with The Mysterious Traveler. He was known for this work, that is A Mysterious Traveler. Look, radio series. Now it was the radio series, and look at the title. It's so suspense. It creates a suspense, right? Mysterious title. And for writing this, the three investigators a series of young adult novels. So he has written these kinds of stuff. Arthur was honored twice by the Mystery Writer of America. He was honored twice with the Edgar Award for Best Radio Drama. So his dramas were the best in USA. And he also wrote script for television such as The Twilight Zone and the Alfred Hitchcock's TV show Alfred Hitchcock Presents. So these kinds of scripts he has also written for this drama series on the television. So that was our writer. Will start the story, and if you have seen the book Footprints Without Feet, our supplementary book, you will see this read and find out questionnaire. So this is what we'll find it out in this story. Let's see the questions. First one is that how is Ozable different from other secret agents? Okay, how Ozable is different from other secret agents. Second question is who is Fowler, who is Fowler, and what is his first authentic thrill of the day? So what is the first authentic thrill of the day? And that is what he is expecting, right? So we'll see in this story. Okay, so let's start the story. Ozible did not fit any description of a secret agent Fowler had ever read. Now, Fowler, as I told you, he is the writer who come to Ozible to find such mysteries, to see such suspense, to feel the adventure, right? But he did not fit any description of secret agents. Now, generally, if we see the secret agents, they are quite gloomy, suspicious, their eyes were deep, right? Darkened eyes, they look different, right? But Ozible was totally different from those things, and that is the reason that he didn't fit in any descriptions of these secret agents. And Fowler had read about this secret agents, but he was quite different. So, following him down the musty corridor of the gloomy French hotel where Ozible had a room, Fowler felt let down. Musty, that means having a stale mildly or a dump smell. So he was just following Ozible, and this through this musty corridor and gloomy French hotel. So it was a very gloomy French hotel was there, and he was following Ozible on that musty corridor. And where Ozible had a room. Why they were he was following there? Ozible had a room there, and he is taking him to his room. Ozible is taking Fowler to his room. Now Fowler felt let down. It was a small room on the sixth and top floor. A very small room was there, and sixth and on the top floor, and scarcely a setting for a romantic adventure. Now it was totally a setting for the romantic, almost not setting for a romantic adventure. So it was not that he is thinking about that his room was even the room is not a room hasn't feel of the secret agent. So he just let down, he just felt let down. Ozible was, for one thing, fat, very fat, and then there was his accent. Now, description of Ozible is given. How he was? He was fat. Actually, he is very fat. Now, it's completely opposite. Generally, these spies, these agents are very muscular. They were tall. They have tall, masculine physique, right? But here this person is totally fat and very fat. And then there was his accent, even his accent, the way he pronounced his language, right? It was totally different. Though he spoke French and German passably, he had never altogether lost the American accent he had brought to Paris from Boston 20 years ago. So he is good enough in French and German, but he has never altogether lost the American accent. Basically, he belongs to American accent, and he had brought this accent, this. Accent, the way he pronounced pronounce the words, he has brought those accent from Paris to Paris. Now they are in Paris from Boston 20 years ago. So he belongs to Boston, and he has the same accent of Boston, right? And he brought the same accent. He speaks in that Boston way, though he speaks French and German, but his dialect was something like Boston. And he came here to Paris 20 years ago. So 20 years has passed, still he is speaking in that manner. Okay, so you are disappointed, Ozible said wheezily over his shoulder. You were told that I was a secret agent, a spy dealing in espionage. espionage and danger. You wish to meet me because you were a writer. You are a writer, young and romantic. You envision mysterious figures in the night, the crack of pistols, drugs in the wine. Look at the line. Night line. Okay, it's somewhat rhythmatic. Anyways, so now Ozable knew that this fellow, the writer Fowler, he was disappointed. Why he was disappointed? Because he was told that you are going to meet a spy agent, but secret agent or a spy, but in real, and that will brings a lot of adventure, lot of suspense and mysteries. You will get a very romantic feeling there. But romantic doesn't means love kind of things, right? Romantic, that means something very exciting, something very thrilling. And here this story is also it comes under the romantic genre. It is something different than what we feel, right? What we heard nowadays, right? It is something different than in literature. It is something different. So you are told that you are going to meet a secret agent, and something is different, right? Espionage, that means spying and danger. So you are going to meet this Fowler was told that you are going to meet a secret agent, a spy who deals with this spying and danger. But something opposite came, right? It is totally contradictory situations. You haven't met that kind of fellow. And what is the thing why he met this person? You wish to meet me because you are a writer, young and romantic. Why this writer wanted to meet this person, Ozable? Because he is young and he is romantic. So he wanted to write something which is very thrilling, something which is very romantic, something which is very mysterious. But totally opposite things came up with him, right? So you envision mysterious figures in the night, the crack of pistols, drugs in the wine. So these are the general, when we see a person, when we think about a person, we have certain concepts in our mind, right? So we just go according to that concepts. If teacher is there, not nowadays, but in earlier time, if a female teacher is there, you will find that the teacher is wearing sari. Nowadays the teacher can wear anything like that, right? The same thing goes with the um, Brahmin as well. So they used to wear dhoti and all this stuff. Nowadays they can wear the western outfits. It's not like that, but we have certain figures in our mind, certain concepts in our mind, that this person, if this person is there, you will find this kind of qualities, this kind of characteristics or features in them. So definitely this writer has also thought that I am going to meet a secret agent. So he would be very, a spying kind of persons and mysterious figures in the night. You will find a very mysterious persons, and the crack of pistols, you will hear the sounds of pistols, and you will even see the drugs in the wine. So these are the qualities, these are the features of the spy or the secret agent. So now Ozable knew that this writer has become completely disappointing. He was completely disappointed with the reality, right? We live in our imaginary world, and when something real come in front of us, it's totally dishearten ourselves, right? Difficult to catch up with that. So instead, you have spent a dull evening in a French music hall with a sloppy fat man who, instead of having messages slipped into his hand by dark eyed beauties, gets only a prosaic telephone call making an appointment in his room. You have been bored. Now these are the words of Ozable. Now what he thinks, that instead you have that romantic pictures in your mind that I would be like that. But instead, what you have seen, you have spent a dull evening in a French music hall. So they were in the French hotel, and in that music hall, this writer has spent a very dull night with a sloppy, that means carelessly dressed. So even this spy Ozable has this kinds of attire, sloppy, and he was fat man, right? And who, instead of having messages slipped into his hands by dark-eyed beauties. Even if we go to a secret agent, then what will happen? Generally these TVs, these drama series, right, movies, they have given us this kind of concepts that they have some messages are slipped to this spy through the hands by dark-eyed beauties. So you are not getting this kind of thing in reality. Gets only a prosaic telephone call making an appointment. Now in reality, what happened, these things didn't happen. He didn't get any messages slipped into his hand, but instead of it, what happened, it's a very prosaic ordinary he is making very ordinary telephone call to make an appointment in his room. So someone is going to come in his room, he is appointing someone to come into his room. So this kind of thing happened in reality with Ozable. So you had been bored, so he understood the feelings of this writer, that yes, you have been bored. So the fat man chuckled. Now, chuckle, that means laughed quietly without opening his mouth. So he just chuckled to himself as he unlocked the door of his room and stood aside to let his frustrated guest enter. Look at this adjective, frustrated guest. Of course, how no anyone would feel frustrations, that now this person has came to know my feelings even, right? So he was even bored with this person, so he was totally frustrated, and he chuckled himself. He know that what is going on, right? So that's the thing is going on. So now both the person are going to enter into the room of Ozable. You are disillusioned, Ozable told him, but take cheer, my young friend. Presently, you will see a quite important paper for which several men and women have risked their lives. Come to me. Some day soon, that paper may well affect the course of history. In that thought is drama. In that thought is drama. Is that not? Okay, now what is he telling to him? That you are disillusioned, you are disappointed, right? That you have different concepts of a spy, and in reality I am something else. Okay, so you are totally disillusioned, you are totally disappointed with me, but take cheer, but don't worry, but take cheer. So be cheerful, don't worry. Present, you will see a paper, a quite important paper. Now you will see now this Fowler, he is going to see a very important paper, and for that paper, for the same paper, many men and women have risked their lives. So something important is going to come in this room, and someone is going to come, and something important is going to come into this room, and this paper, according to Ozable, it may well affect the course of history. So it is going to change the history, it will going to affect the history. So now that much important paper is going to come in this tonight. So that is what he's saying, Ozable is saying. In that thought is drama, is that not so? It is totally a melodramatic thing, don't you think so? Now he is bit he's bit pleasing this visitor, right, Mr. Fowler. As he spoke, Ozable closed the door behind him. So now they both entered into the room, and Ozable is closing the door. and then he switched on the light. Now the door is closed, he has just switched on the light, and as the light came on, what happened? Fowler had his first authentic thrill of the day. Now that was the question before we read this. Read and find it out. So that was the question. What was the first authentic thrill of the day for Fowler? So now what came here? We'll see. Now something is suspicious. Something is spellbound. Incidents is going to come here. Now, what is it? For halfway across the room, a small automatic pistol in his hand stood a man. So, in that room, there was a man who is standing there halfway across the room, and he has a very small automatic pistol in his hand. Now, this is a bit dramatic, right? So, something thrilling is coming up. So Ozable blinked a few times. Now definitely anyone would be surprised. So he blinked a few times. Max, he whizzed. Whizzed, that means spoke, breathing noisily and heavily. So he is speaking, breathing very noisily and heavily. Max, you gave me quite a start. So now, who is that person? Max. The person who has pistol in his hand is Max. Now Ozable knew that he is Max, so he said, Max, you gave me quite a start. So he is totally shocked, right? So you gave me a shock. I thought you were in Berlin. So this person thought that Max is in Berlin. What are you doing here in my room? So he's inquiring that why you are here in my room. Now earlier the door was closed. He himself opened the door. Now no one would expect someone in the room. The key is with Ozable only, but somehow this person managed to enter into the room. Trespassing is that, right? So he's in shock. Now who is Max? Will come to see. Okay, now look at the picture. You will find this kind of thing. So both he has just closed the room and he has just switched on the light, and look at this person halfway across. There is a man. He has a gun in his hand, and here you can see the Ozable is here. Read and find out again. Two questions are there. Before we read and find, we have to read and find it out. How has Max got in? Okay, now this is a question. Ozable himself closed the door. He himself opened the door with the keys. Now they are living in a hotel. Definitely there are two keys. One is with the manager, the other is with the customer. Now he is the customer, and no manager would. They have the certain policies. They won't grant their keys to someone stranger, right? They keep it with them. But how this person managed to enter into the room, it is a question, and it will come. We'll read and we'll find it out. How does Ozable say he got in? And what, according to Ozable, what is the assumptions of Ozable that he got in? How he got in? Okay, we'll see in this next part. Okay, so before we start these things, I think we'll find it out, this question and answer. How is Ozable different from other secret agents? I think we read it in a very detail. Ozable was quite different from other secret agent. He was really very fat. He has a very strange accent generally. The secret agent has a very they have a very good accent, right? And though he was living in Paris for 20 years, he still has this Boston American accent while whenever he speak French or German. Then he spent a very Mr. Fowler, right? He spent a very dull evening with him. He was expecting a thrill, an adventure with him. The messages are going to pass with him with dark beauty, but nothing like that happened. Okay, he looks very ordinary. He even wore very sloppy dress, right? And he looks like a very ordinary person. He doesn't fit in the category of this secret agents or a spy, right? So he's quite different. Second question, who is Fowler and what is his first authentic thrill of the day? Now, what is the first authentic thrill of the day for Fowler? Definitely when Ozable closed the door and when he switched on the light, someone was there. Now, no one would think that in a closed room anyone could be there. Now that was the person and he is pointing out the gun at Ozable. That is a thrill of the day for this writer Fowler. I hope you like this first part of the story. Keep reading, you will love to complete it. I think you will love to read it. Thank you very much.